In Lesson 5.4, we'll be writing an equation of a line in standard form, or actually some various forms as well. So the first thing we need to do is review some vocabulary. In slope-intercept form, the equation of the line will take the format y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. However, in standard form, we're going to see the equation of the line as ax plus by equals c. And we're going to follow two conventions, two deal breakers. We would say that an equation is not in standard form if the a value is a negative number. And if it is a negative number, you could divide or multiply through by -1, and that will change the signs all the way through, so the leading coefficient will be just fine. Or if a, b, or c contains fractions. And so a trick would be to multiply through by the denominator, and that will help clear the fraction, we say. And no matter which format these are given in, these equations, if you get from one form to another or vice versa, they are equivalent. Equivalent means the same thing. Just looks different. So if we take a look at this equation, which appears to be in slope-intercept form, and we're going to change it into standard form, the first thing we want to do is get the x and the y's on the same side. So if I subtract 2/3 from both sides, 2/3 x, these are unlike terms, so all we can do is put the x first and then the y next. Notice that the y was positive, so I'm just going to leave it positive. And then the point was to move this away, so all we have left is our 2. We have two problems going on. The first problem is this negative. So again, we could multiply through or divide through by a negative and change that. The second problem is that the denominator is in there. We don't want the denominator. So I'm going to choose to multiply through by the 3 first. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And so the 3's are going to cancel out, leaving me with -2x. When I distribute to the second term, I get positive 3y. And on the other side, I get 3 times 2 is 6. So it's closer to standard form, but again, we have a deal breaker here. So I'm choosing to divide by the -1 now. And what you do to one piece, you have to do to all pieces. And when I change all my signs, I notice that we get an equivalent equation now in standard form. So good luck on this section.